Hey there everyone, and welcome to the Frozen Core event guide. I've been long awaiting this event because it's pretty fun. I love the ice enemies. So yeah, have a look at the set. The set itself, it's not too different from the last set. The main difference is the helm is now got crit chance rather than crit damage. I'll get into that in a second because the set bonus for this is it's something which appears on a basic attack on the enemy. It does a little area of effect around the enemy, kind of like the freeze skill, which stuns enemies and does a small amount of damage, equivalent to about one hit. So it's not huge compared to some other set bonuses. Now, actually, this set bonus you don't want for the event, purely for the reason that when you're a ranging class, you can pick off certain things without getting other enemies. So what I'm actually going to do here is switch out the helm for the old one, swapping that crit chance for crit damage. It's much better to do that. I would recommend doing that on the normal set as well, just because we recently found out that crit chance doesn't need to be that high, and it's capped, so it's not always 100%. So yeah, you can swap that out without too much negative effects onto your character, and in fact you'll get that crit damage, which is going to help you a lot more. So looking at the skills here, I haven't invested any more than, I think it's slightly over 120 points, and I did some rearrangement of stuff, but actually what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to use the Thunderbolt skill rune. That's because not everyone will have it. I am going to use the Sandstorm skill rune because just because otherwise, basically the idea is fire damage does about half damage, ice damage will do or water, sorry, will do normal, and nature damage will do double. So my thinking is, if you don't have the Blizzard skill rune, that's going to do normal damage, but if you do have it, it'll do double. However, if you don't have the Incinerate skill rune, it's going to be doing half damage, and you don't want to use it. So basically, you only use this really if you have the skill rune. So my plan is I'm not going to use it at all, just assuming that you don't have the skill rune, and otherwise I'm going to use the other skill runes. So yeah, what we're going to be using here is the Nature Arcane Ball, Chain Lightning. This is actually Dust Devils. There's not much difference. It's just got knockdown on it. The Sandstorm for the nature damage there, and then I've got Protection Bubble and Frost Drake. It's important to use Frost Drake, not Fire Drake, because Fire Drakes will do half damage. So now that I've gone over that, this is the setup I'm going to use, and I just want to say first of all, I'm massively underpowered, mainly because these skills here, they're not at maximum. You saw Dust Devils is at 4 out of 10, Sandstorm's 1 out of 10. The main effect of that is that I'm going to have really slow cooldowns. The damage is still there, but yeah, that's also my thinking with the Sandstorm skill rune is this will be doing double damage, but if you had it at 10 out of 10, it'd be doing about 50% more than it's anyway, so it's not too much more damage. Anyway, the idea about this one is, if you're a range class, is stand and take out these Essence of Waters first. They increase the defense of the enemies around them, and also heal them a bit. So yeah, you're going to have to take them down, and then basically you're working off pet damage here. So run in, put a Frost Drake just next to the enemies, and then straight away, go right behind it, and then put down a Blizzard Sandstorm. That's what I mean. It's what I did for, if you watched the video which was taking on the Frozen Army, I used it there as a technique. It works really, really well when you're working off pet damage. I used it in Master difficulty and was able to do this event in about a minute, just in solo. So yeah, it's an extremely effective technique at taking down enemies, and it works like no matter whether you've got the damage or not, because you're working off pet damage. So you mainly want to stand near the torches. You see there, you stand on the left to attack the essence, and then again up here you stand where the torch is. Just run to here, start attacking there. Now the reason why you didn't want to use the set bonus is because it's going to hit this enemy here as well. So that's why I don't use a full set. Now for this I like to use Frost Drake right next to it, and then I'll run up around behind the enemy to start attacking it. Pummel it with everything you got, and then put down another Frost Drake and it should be dead. These two guys will get soaked up by Frost Drakes, and otherwise, oh no, I haven't got it. Yeah, I'll show you. Dust Devils, it's extremely effective against these guys because it knocks them right down. Alright, let's just... Oh no, whoops. Thought I wasn't going to get hit. Oh well. Okay, so the main difficulty in this is the tightness of space. Unfortunately, because you can range these things, it means it's pretty easy as a wizard. I was hoping this event was going to be a lot more difficult than it actually is. But yeah, the boss fight is difficult, so that's where you might die. Alright, this again, run in and do the Frost Drake and Blizzard. And yeah, you'll probably need to use the second Frost Drake. But yeah, that's that little encounter. Now this is where it gets tricky. When you attack this guy, you're going to get one big enemy and I think 3 or 4 archers appearing behind. Also, he's got an instant kill move, which he uses without any animation before, so it's impossible to avoid. So you need Frost Drakes down next to him, and it's like the little water pools on the ground. He also creates a water pool here and here for a limited time to kind of trap you in this space. So I like to get out of this space. The way I do that is I'll put a Frost Drake down right next to him, then I'll run over here, do a Blizzard, and then attack the main enemy here with Chain Lightning and Arcane Ball. That should kill everything there, and then I'll run up there. But at some point in that you need to use Protection Bubble, and right now it's got a problem where if you use it right after another skill, it won't work. Like you try to click your character, but it's not going to activate. So you have to be really careful the way you use it, and that's a bug which they're looking into, and hopefully they'll fix it soon. But yeah, we'll just see how this goes. Okay, so I'll do Protection Bubble straight off. Run in there, use the Sandstorm, that, and then you should be able to run through, and yeah, you'll survive. Okay, so then I'll put down Frost Drake, and that should block him from using the one-shot move on me. Just make sure you don't stand right next to the Frost Drake. And I'm going to use, yeah, that's it, good. Can use a Blizzard. Alright, ooh, it's getting tight. There we go, got it. But yeah, that's the way which I found the foolproof way of doing it without dying. Otherwise, that's without damage, that is. Otherwise, if you stay down there at all, you're just gonna die. I can't do it without one death there. So that's it for the wizard run. We won't bother looking at what we got, but yeah, just I would recommend switching out that helm for the crit damage from the previous set, whether or not you're using this set for the event or just in the future as well. That's probably better. Anyway, on to the Archer run. Hi there and welcome to the Archer run. Just to say quickly about the Wizard run, if you do have a Thunderbolt skill rune, do use that skill. It's an incredibly useful one. I use it instead of Blizzard mainly, I think. But yeah, that's very, very good. And using that along with Chain Lightning, you will wipe out the enemies very quickly. So on with the Archer one. Similarly, you want to get rid of the set bonus because you'll be hitting the other enemies while you're trying to take down the crystals. So use the gloves here. The gloves have crit damage. The old gloves have crit damage instead of the new crit chance. So switch them out. And also on the blasting shot skill rune, make sure you take out that because that has a little exploding effect that will be hitting that other enemy. Other than that, I have swapped out Pierce. I normally have Pierce in my setup, but it's just not useful in this event. Also because it's going to be hitting the guards, but yeah, just generally it's not very useful in this event. So I'm using Earth Hammer, which is the first skill with a nature rune in it, and Static Field, which is a lovely one. I think it's Ice Arrow this was, which, yeah, that's its nature skill rune. And then otherwise, the combination of Ballista and Fire Trap is brilliant. I'll be using that to great effect. And Sniper for obvious reasons, really. Sniper is just a staple on archers. I did try out Thor's Arrow, but I'm just not too fond of that skill. I find the added damage it does isn't that amazing. So yeah, take down the Essence. Oh, whoops, didn't. And then put down the Blister first, because it's got a little sort of start-up bit, and then focus on this big enemy here. Blister's going to be taking down pretty much all the small enemies throughout this entire event. So yeah, you only really need to focus on the big enemies. And yeah, I will be taking little hits along the way, which I'll be healing up. That's from the enemy which usually spawns next to you at each little encounter. Because, yeah, I'm focusing on the big one and just letting that one hit me. So similarly again, put down the blister, fire trap, focus on the big enemy, and then take down the one next to you. And blister should have taken down pretty much everything here, as it did. The only problem about this technique is you have to wait on the blister cooldown. But I haven't had to do that too badly this time. Normally I have to wait. Maybe I'm going too slow this time. Oh, come on. Ah, give me a critical. There we go. Okay, so again, blister, fire trap. Now I'll focus on this enemy behind. Just spamming my nature skills, really. That's going to keep him busy. And then you can pick this one off and pick the pick this guy off. I find this one really annoying because the map around this point is just so awkward to navigate. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let me run by this torch and attack this crystal. And again, if you can take this down quickly, there's no need for blister here, because otherwise you're going to have to wait for the cooldown again, which is kind of annoying before you fight the boss. You can see here 16 seconds. So yeah, let's just pause this. Alright, time has passed. Okay, so yeah. Similarly to the wizard, this guy has a really annoying one-shot, but you also want the decoy for around here. So I like to put it around about where I'm stood now. Actually no, forget that. Screw it, I'll put it down here. Put it down here, blister here, sniper on all the skills. Focus on, whoa, yeah, that guy sometimes bugs and just dies immediately. I don't know why, but yeah. Normally, you then focus on that and use your static field on the small enemies if you can. And then you just got the boss to take down. Try and take him down quickly before he summons any more. Normally it works, but it didn't this time, just because I spent a bit of time talking. But yeah, normally with an archer you can take him down pretty easily. Oh no, he uses. Oh come on, he used the one shot. Okay, all right. You know, this event's actually easier as an archer than a wizard, I think. Yeah, there we go. We did it. We didn't get 3 deaths. We're fine. But yeah, that boss fight. Normally I put the decoy down, and then sorry, the blister first at the top bit, decoy down the bottom, and then focus on the small enemies, take them all down. Then the boss will run up, and you put down another decoy and start firing. That's a pretty much fail-safe way of doing it again. And yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Onto the night run. Hey there and welcome to the night run. Now I'm just recording this on a different day, which I'm using a different browser right now because Chrome has a problem with the right click where the Flash Player settings come up. So I'm playing on Internet Explorer and it is really laggy, so I just want to apologise that in advance. Now anyway, I wanted to talk about the set because we didn't talk about it with the other two. Basically this set is the one that was voted in a little while back. They had a vote on, we could pick 5 different sets that would be used in the future, and this was the one that was picked. So yeah, I think it looks best on the knight. That's the most appealing one, I think. We picked it because we like the little wings on the helmet and stuff. They do look nice. I love this cape as well. That looks really beautiful. But anyway, so it's on the other sets as well. We didn't see them, we just saw the knight version. But yeah, anyway, and I just wanted to say about the damage stat. My other stats are actually lower, so this is balanced as a relic build. But yeah, now this skill rune here, I'm not going to go over it, but this is in the new festival coming out tomorrow, and I just want to say you can get 3 versions of the skill rune: the knight, the archer, or the wizard. It's all from the same achievement, so you've got to pick one. I very, very strongly suggest you pick the wizard one. The knight one is fairly good. Like all 3 of them are good, but the knight one and the archer one are kind of just slightly better versions of something else, some other skill rune. So they don't really do much. Whereas the wizard one is is very good. It's got a few sort of other little tweaks in it, but yeah, if you never play wizard, then do avoid it and get the one for your class that you play. But I am strongly suggesting that you get the wizard one because it's very good. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to get into it here. But yeah, my setup, skill setup. I've got for very obvious reasons, Thunderblade, very good skill. Aftershocks I'm using here. This is the Rumble skill rune. It takes off the knockback and turns it into stun and turns it into knockdown, which is less good, but you got the nature damage, and yeah, I like it as an area of effect skill. It's quite nice for that. And the skill rune on here, the magnetic pulse, that doesn't actually do nature damage. It does normal damage with a little bit of nature damage on top. So yeah, it's not very good for doing extra damage. Even though I do like the skill rune, it doesn't do the extra damage here. So anyway, I use those two, and then my usual defensive skills. I did consider other ones like charge and hurl and stuff, but yeah, for this I find just these two is good enough really. And yeah, so you got to go in, take down the crystals, use a Thunderblade for it. That should, if it crits, which it didn't, it didn't get the crit, it should take it down. Now I'm just going to run away now because I didn't have the aftershocks going on. But yeah, I'm going to go back in, Thunderblade him, and it's getting lag, as you can see. But yeah, basically the idea is Thunderblade the essence, and then start attacking the mini-boss when the enemies appear, use aftershocks, and then Thunderblade the boss when you can. And hopefully if you use Shield of Light and Stone Skin, that should defend well enough that you can take that out, then take the archers out. So similar tactic here again, Thunderblade the essence, put on a shield, and watch out if he's going to use that. I put on a protector, but yeah, basically that's his damaging attack. He's got a slight like build up to it where he sort of stands back and looks like he's powering up. So just run slightly out of range of that. It's very small range, and then run back in and attack him. This next one here, I like to actually run away, just to get away from those rock rollers. So I hit this, then use an aftershocks. Sometimes knocks him down. Oh, I did. Just a bit of a delayed one. But anyway, with the shield, like, you should survive that. And then you can take out this guy by himself. It's much easier this way. He's immune to knockdown, so you can't use that. But yeah, I'm just going to put on Stone Skin. And yeah, my Stone Skin's max, so it is healing me like ridiculously. But yeah, I just want to say if you don't have that maxed up, then you can just use a potion. Potions now have 10-second cooldown, by the way. That's really quite irritating. It's coming in the next update, I think. But yeah, you can see if you get a stun resisted, use the aftershock straight away. Either the stun or the knockdown will work on that, and it makes them much easier to take down. This guy here, wait with the shield, and I actually like to run around here, waiting until all of them are spawned, because he's going to use those icicles, and I ran through them, wow. And then yeah, you can go and take him on. You don't have to worry about suicide enemies at all. Okay, there we go. That was some better avoiding. Okay, now into the boss fight. This boss fight, you can either choose to tank, which I'm going to choose, or you can choose to run out and use a similar technique to what I did for the wizard. But yeah, basically I'm going to tank, and probably because of my lag, I'm not going to be able to do it properly. He's got that one-shot attack, which is incredibly annoying. And yeah, he won't attack right at the beginning. So I'd use both of your defensive skills, and then as soon as you see that pool, you should be able to survive if you've got those two other skills on. And then you can put Angelic Form on, and that will keep you alive long enough to defeat him. So that's my technique for that. And that should conclude the event guide. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping to get this out tonight, so it is one day before the festival. As I say, I've been planning on recording this for days actually. But yeah, anyway, it's a good set. Slightly disappointing event, which is why I sound a little bit depressed in the last two runs. And yeah, I do really like the look of it. So yeah, that was it for the event guide, and I'll see you in the next one.